fine. It's fine. I can hear. Don't worry about it. I can hear you really well. Now we have exactly 12 minutes.
It's time for the
gonna be a
Body
quick
Show. Living on the water is the only life we know. It's time for the Bodie Show.
Take two. We just did 45 minutes of a pretty decent Bodie Show, and I forgot to hit record. Which, for the 29th episode, I think I should be allowed. I hit record, right? Yep, it's recording. Oh, Jesus. We had Jay sing the intro live. Jay Nash is here.
Amazing.
There was a lot of commentary about the scavenger hunt. Julia is not participating deliberately. Missy's chimed in. It was amazing. We had a whole new boat of the week because we brought it back because you all missed it so much.
Yeah, really missed it.
I don't know what we're going to do that I didn't hit record.
What do you mean? What is there to do? Everybody makes mistakes. You need to forgive yourself.
I know,
immediately.
but I guess we got to make a whole new Bodie Show now.
Now we're just going to be so much more amazing at it this time around.
Yeah, you're a lot more upright than you were for most of the last Bodie Show.
I know. My hip hurts. It's not my fault.
Oh. Look at me. I'm the asshole.
Yeah, you're the... I can't believe you just made fun of me for having a bad...
All right. I'm so sorry, Stephanie.
So unfeeling.
I am so sorry. I say horrible things and then I feel bad about them. That's what I do. All right. We did the scavenger hunt, the St. Lawrence scavenger hunt.
Woohoo!
Which has been going on since 1988. It is an all-river scavenger hunt. It runs from the head of Grindstone to the Thousand Islands Bridge on the U.S. side.
Every year, the boundaries can be a little bit different. It's up to the team.
Yep.
The thing that's important to know about the scavenger hunt is, is this. There's no organizing committee or organization. It is pure community event.
Yeah.
So it is always organized by the people who play and nobody else.
There's no business. There's no nonprofit. There's no
organization whatsoever besides the people that play in it. Imagine that. Like, imagine the whatever. Like, no one's in charge of it. Like, you show up there, you do the scavenger hunt, which I'll let you explain because you were doing a great job. But nobody's in charge of it except the people that play.
Yeah.
And by the way, do you guys know? Did you hear who has to plan next year?
Yes, Foxy.
Foxy.
Yeah. The Foxy's restaurant crew has to plan next year because they won. And they chose to, right? No. The people who won bailed. So if you come in first, you get the option to plan or not the next year. And if you come in second and the people who came in first choose to not plan, people who came in second have to plan.
And it is a riotous, raucous affair. Like, you are all over the river in your boat all day, and there's location clues and there's challenges and there's crazy shit you have to do, and everyone's just got, it's bananas.
All kinds of trivia that you got to figure out. That's just like
bananas,
in the paper. Yeah,
hilarious, funny.
It's different every year. There's a theme. This was Old School, like Old School the movie. Yep. What was
some rhythmic gymnastics occurred?
Yeah.
Yes. I got a good video of that.
Yeah.
So many things happen. Yeah.
I would say that what took the cake for me, this is Jay Nash speaking,
thank you for introducing
was
yourself.
John Taylor dressed up in an old one-piece pajama set with some sort of chin strap portraying the character of Old Blue from the movie Old School.
Yeah. Who died in a KY jelly
wrestling match. Yeah.
With a smile on his face.
And not only did John show up in that outfit, he stayed in that outfit to the bitter end. Like, he really embodied the character.
Did he stay in the outfit, or did he stay entirely in the character?
In character, because in the outfit.
I would tell you that there were a few moments where I was like, John Taylor is not coming back.
No.
John Taylor is staying in that character for the rest of his life.
And we should say this about John Taylor. He is a very successful architect. He's a family man. He's a pillar of the community.
Yep.
And he just found this opening, this window to become this character, and he just owned it.
Yeah, he really went all in.
And his clue, since the character Old Blue from the movie Old School died in a KY wrestling match with two beautiful women, his clue was to have a KY thumb wrestling match with the people who found him. And our fearless peanut gallery member Jay Nash was voluntold to go thumb wrestle, and so
you had to dip your hand in a bucket of KY jelly and then thumb wrestle John Taylor.
Thumb wrestle John Taylor,
and it was such a vigorous thumb wrestling match that the members of our crew ended up splattered with KY
So he and I,
jelly.
He and I did like a big high five at the end of ours. So
Splat.
that everybody got splattered.
There was like
including his
glistening strands of KY flying all over everybody in the sun.
Including his children. How brave. Truly noble. As I said, a pillar of the community.
I'm just gonna put this one out to his wife, Kristen. Kristen, that's your man.
Hats off to you, sir.
It was. I mean, and I feel like we can. I feel like this is really. I feel like we just gave everybody. I don't want to say flavor because it's not the right moment for that.
We gave them context.
We just gave everybody a glimpse, just a glimpse of the St. Louis River Scavenger Hunt, which I was super proud to be a part of that community.
Yeah, it
Good
is
job,
really cool.
everybody. Good job, everybody, for showing up.
You make it. Oh, get a little applause here.
Yeah, and without any organization, raised
Amazing.
several $1,000s for some charity that will be named. I think they decided on working on getting you guys a 22-foot Donzi. I think that's what they.
I'm sure that's the charity at the top of everyone's list.
I'm looking for a thank you note from the listeners that's written on a 22-foot Donzi. Yeah, that's how I'm
Good
doing
idea.
this. My favorite clue was the rhythmic gymnastics clue, where you had to show up and then volunteer one of your team members to go do rhythmic gymnastics with one of those, like, it's a magic wand with a streamer on the end of it.
Yeah, that's a good description.
And Melissa Pennington, the hot admin, did the most compelling rhythmic gymnastics performance that you could imagine, all caught on video, and it shall be shared on social media.
I also really like the one with the cinder block. Did you guys get to that one?
No, we didn't get to that one.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah. What was that one? Tell us.
Well, it's straight out of the movie. It's a little
Oh.
graphic. I don't know if we want to go there.
Yeah.
But the
if
good
you've
thing,
watched the movie Old School, they have to tie a thread to their penises and then tie the other
rope,
end
but yeah,
rope,
yeah.
tie the other end to a cinder block and throw it off a building and trust that the brothers have
made it long enough.
Have made it long enough.
Yeah. So they got everybody. They got all the dudes. They got everybody kind of like set up to do that, and
Yeah.
then they were like, they were just kidding. You can do this stand up cleat tying situation instead. Yeah. So, there was a lot of like serious sweating. Like there was some heavy sweating situations.
They thought they
going on.
were maybe going to have to tie a piece of rope to their penis and throw cinder block off.
Yeah. Anyway,
That
they
didn't
did a
happen.
great job. Hats off to the team,
The planners.
the planners. Hats off to this year's planners.
Yeah. Mia, Will, John
Taylor, Kristen, Greg Wares. I don't know. All
a whole
the
bunch of people. It was a really good one. And it was it ran out of the Antique Boat Museum and what's that? Oh, and Rafferty. Collins.
Oh, yeah, Rafferty, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rafferty. It ran out of the Antique Boat Museum. It was a really beautiful setting. There was food and a ring toss at the end, and we had a good time. All right,
Okay.
bye, Julia. Take care. Ankle grab farewell. That's you. You're giving me ankle grabs? I don't know about that. The new Jay just grabbed my ankle and shook it as a goodbye, but he said he was giving me ankle grabs, which sounds a little.
Did you like it weird?
Yeah. Oh, he's doing it again. Just one ankle though. That's good. I can't believe we're recording 2 Bodie shows at the end of this day because I forgot to press record. I'm so sorry, Stephanie.
That's fine. I just this is just our average day hanging out. It's all
Okay.
good. I mean, the sun's gonna go down, and I'm gonna be asleep by the end of this. But
Okay.
we're good. Okay.
Okay, so that was Scavenger
You
Hunt.
know what we haven't done?
What?
We have not once again explained where we are and what we are doing.
Oh, damn it. We are on the houseboat.
We are on the houseboat at Docksident
Yep.
on the river with our posse of people who rolled out of that scavenger hunt, had a great day, and now we need to roll into Monday. Tomorrow's Monday.
And I'm on the other end of a 12-day vacation too.
I know. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting you down. I can tell.
You can?
You got a little around
Yeah.
your little
I do. I got oh
no,
man.
you need a foot massage or something.
I haven't
Maybe
checked.
Jay should come back and grab your ankles some more. Jay, excuse me, Jay. Could you come back and both sing the Bodie Show a cappella?
Yeah, like you
And
did in the
also-
first take, which we weren't recording. It was amazing. And also grab my ankles.
Okay.
Another people
All right,
grab
we need
me
to move on. Quick,
Okay,
quick.
moving on.
Real quick. Yep.
We're
moving
it's
on.
the beautiful sunset out the windows right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a really Bodie weekend.
It has, but the weather has been completely insane.
Yeah.
And I feel like right now, this time of year, unlike February,
Yeah.
here we are on the Boaty Show. We're spending a lot of time in boats, which
Yep.
is great. But the weather really matters. The weather really matters.
How so?
I mean, the last week has been crazy. We had that crazy thunderstorm. Like my boat sank.
Yep. Which we didn't talk about that because you didn't want to process that on the air.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, crazy thunderstorm blew up, and there's like people all over the St. Lawrence River, Thousand Islands, who all shared this experience because the forecast was sunny, none of thunderstorms. This
No,
like
0% chance of rain that day, and then it rolled on in against the prevailing wind, and we all got soaked, and it's fine.
against this is not insignificant. Against the prevailing wind, did it come out of the southwest?
No, the prevailing wind was out of the southwest, so maybe that was your question. In which case, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And then, but we watched that thunderstorm march straight out of the north towards us against the wind. It was super
Freaky.
interesting. Yeah,
And it blew up, and it was crazy. Yeah. And my kids got caught in it. Toby actually told a little bit of the story last week about having to get back. Mm-hmm. And you told, you didn't tell a story.
No, and I don't need to. But the bottom line, like, where you are, what's happening, how many people are with you, where you need to get to, what's happening.
Right.
What's happening with the weather is a huge part of it all the time. Like, I can't believe how much I check the weather app, and most of the time it's not that wrong. But we knew today was going to be a crazy day, but it was way better than they predicted.
Yeah, it was. It was
so windy.
It was. So it was a sustained 20 to 25, gusting to 30 out of the southwest. Really big chop blown up.
Really big. And yesterday was the same way, which we should briefly cover the fact that we did go to Alex Bay in the Cobalt, that you just did a great job of sort of just reinvigorating and rejuvenating and putting back in the water.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
It went back together real nice. It had been like gloriously decommissioned. I found all of the plugs for all of the drains, and I put them all in with the right sealant. It's got a Mercruiser 485 straight 3.7 liter 4-cylinder. Steph doesn't like numbers, but I'm going to talk about them.
That's fine. It runs like a tractor.
It does. When at idle, it sounds like a tractor. It's like go, 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 go. And then when you rev it, it sounds really sweet, really sweet. And I learned that this motor is coveted by hot rodders. They put it in small, light hot rod cars. Because it's a marine engine, but they want it. They want it for their cars.
Really?
Yeah.
It fits in the car?
Yep.
It seems so big for a car.
It's a big 4-cylinder, but it's not a 6 or an 8.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I know that like those engines that are not outboards that are in boats.
Yep.
Are like basically like car engines.
Yep.
But are they like actually car engines? Are they bigger? Are they different?
Interestingly,
if you're making a boat engine, is it a different engine, or do you just use the same engine and you just treat it a little differently?
Interestingly, almost every single like post 1960s, post 1970s inboard engine starts as a car block. So Mercury Marine will buy a GM 350 small block V8 block, and then they'll put some extra stuff on it and drill some extra holes in it so that it can be water cooled in a specific way, and then they put it in a boat. However, this Mercury Marine motor, this Mercruiser 485, was the first, and until about 6-8 years ago, the only engineered by Mercury Marine from the ground up as a marine block. Okay. So this did not start as a car engine. Actually, the block did not start as a car engine. Mm-hmm. The pistons and the cylinder head started as half of a Ford big block, 460 big block.
Okay. But then what you're saying is this particular engine, the car people want one. Yeah,
they want it. It's an aluminum block, so it's light. It's a big displacement 4-cylinder and has a ton of torque. It has like 225 foot-pounds of torque, 185 horsepower. So it's a lot of horsepower out of a small footprint, basically, a small size. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's supposed to be good on gas. Like I haven't looked at the gas gauge since the kids ran around it in the scavenger hunt. Oh, that's the other thing. We sent the kids out in the Cobalt in the storm.
Yeah.
They're not kids like 21, 22 and stuff.
Yeah, they did great. They knew when to pull the plug.
I was really proud of them. They decided to not go back to the sort of wrap up of the scavenger hunt.
In that boat.
In that boat.
Which was absolutely the right decision. It was awful weather.
I heard you were calling them.
No, we didn't call them. There was conversation about whether we should call them and tell them that they should not try to do it.
Yeah.
And then to which I said, like, it's Mary Jane. Like, she will obviously handle it and do it the right way.
Yeah.
She does not need our intervention. She's more of a grown up than we are.
What I'm super proud of is that it was a joint decision between Mary Jane and her brother Walker. They both decided, hey, let's call it and drive.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. And the way that chop was, like, this boat, it was like coming close to stuff in the
That
bow.
wasn't even chop. Dude, would you call that chop?
Nah, it was waves.
Huge, big waves.
Yeah,
like
they were
just
rolling.
up and down, like driving up waves and driving down waves.
Yeah.
Like, it was huge.
This weather system that moved through, there was that crazy thunderstorm. The fact that it was coming from the north against the prevailing wind out of the southwest is weird.
Yeah, it was super weird.
There's like somebody did something wrong for that to show up.
It was weird, but it was.
Our friend
it was-
Ryan saw a water spout during that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that there was we weren't anyway, whatever. But there was a funny moment where, like, there's a beach nearby where there's a ton of people on a Sunday would be hanging out. Again, everyone thought it was going to be amazing weather. And then we were sitting on the beach and we were being encouraged that, like, everything was going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. And we're, like, watching it march, you know. And then, like, people start fleeing by. Like, all the boats start leaving. And we were, like, laughing. We were like, yeah, everyone's just panicking. And they were like, they all have weather apps as well. Like, everybody there, like, then it was a little optimistic. So, sure,
Yeah.
we got hit. And that's all right. It's just been a crazy weather week.
You're right, though, that
Part of boating.
yeah, like, because we're spending so much time out in the water and to some extent using the boat for transportation, or at least as much as we can, we're like, it's interesting. You've got to be more aware of the weather. For me, it feels like peak ski season when I'm skiing a lot. I'm like, I want to know what the weather is. I know what I'm going to go out in, what I got to wear, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's great. I mean, that's part of why it's interesting to live here and work here.
I just felt really good because I'm like, I love being outside. And because we're talking about having to be on the weather, it means I've been outside a lot.
We have been outside a lot. I think that is safe to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hunt and this whole system that blew through, it was the end of Hurricane Debbie. So we got like 2 days of like monsoon downpours, and then the system ripped out. It, like, this north wind and high pressure system just like trucked in after the low pressure from the hurricane. It kind of came down from the north and dropped the temp, but then it sort of whipped out of the southwest too. So it's like a big swirl that was swirling after the swirl of the hurricane.
I mean, again, it gave us a great chance to test out the Cobalt, see what she was capable of.
Yeah.
18
feet drives probably. It feels like I'm driving a 22 footer. Like, it's sweet.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, I think
You drove it too.
I drove it. I rode in it. It was delightful.
Yeah.
Swim ladder, needs little retrofit, but that's
Swim ladder's made for friggin' like the little people or
made
something.
for leprechauns.
Yeah.
But like, really,
I can't stop seeing leprechauns driving the Cobalt.
But yeah. I mean, it's been a watery world recently.
And I got a call from Kevin and Anita today, who basically donated the boat to all of us because they wanted it to go to a good home, and they also didn't want to deal with selling it. They were so happy to hear that we were cruising around and having a good time with it. And
Did you send them pictures?
No.
I
mean, I will. No, I probably won't. I will. You will.
I'll send them to Missy. She'll take care of it. I got some good pictures.
Oh, you
the
did?
Kids in the back of the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super sweet.
It was
but
good.
Yeah, we did that.
It was
We
good. It was a
did-
proud parenting moment for me too, to see them handling that weather in an 18-foot hull.
Oh, they were
It's
doing such a great job, and I yelled at them every chance. We cursed them like pirates every time we saw them go by. Arrgh,
Is
we
that
will
because-
beat you in the scavenger hunt. You are doing a terrible job.
Is that because you were feeling like a shit-talking competitor?
Yeah, that's the only time I ever get competitive is during the scavenger hunt.
6 hours out of 365 days a year.
Exactly. That's exactly right. It comes on really, I mean, like it just appears like I was shit talking my friend Laura, who's like in the military.
Uh-huh.
And she's actually literally very competitive and very competent person, and I'm the exact opposite.
You're very competent.
Thank you. And I saw her and I was like, this is the last time you're gonna see me today where you're not staring at my back. You're done. Like I'm just
Holy shit.
yeah. Oh, it's amazing. It's so great. And she's just like,
You just sat there in your dashiki and did all that, and it was believable because you were reliving that moment just now.
I mean, I
Your
have
face was like, It was like angry, competitive. Like I want to stomp on your throat.
I love it so much. I just think it happens once a year, and then I'm very happy to let it go again.
You're
I don't
incredibly
need to do it.
competitive about something that doesn't matter at all.
It doesn't matter. I don't want to win at all, but I have a great time pretending that I want to.
Have you ever won?
I can't remember, honestly.
Oh, okay.
We played some Hippie Rules cargo here on the houseboat last night with Julia and Jay, and Jay was very excited about getting $5 million bills. He was so stoked about it. It was so cute. So I just kept giving him more.
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause
Even
it was
though we
Hippie
were
Rules.
literally playing Hippie Rules, like there was no way he was going to win because there's no way to win. You just want to read the cargo cards. That's the only thing you're doing. But he was super into it. So
We read some cargo cards in the last 2 shows
did.
ago, whatever, and they were pretty dark. How was it last night? Were they dark?
yeah, they're always dark. I think there's only
Oh, wait. You found a piece of information.
what?
You found the brochure for cargo.
I did. My cargo game at home has a piece of information. It has like a flyer that came with it, but it's not super helpful. It does have the names of the creators, but it's mostly like a PR piece for this weird. I'm sorry, I shouldn't. It's this couple, and they had a gallery, and I think they met and fell in love, and he like was making a full scale model. Not full scale. That doesn't make sense. As a model of some kind of the Edmunds Fitzgerald, and she was like making a painting of it, and I don't know. It's really confusing. I mean, I'm saying all this, but I should say I sent you a picture of the entire brochure. I'm assuming you read it.
I did. Yeah, and the makers of cargo loved the paintings that this woman made so much that they commissioned her to paint the cover art for the cargo game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe the board?
And maybe the board too. Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's something. Can I do a little bit more about the Cobalt?
Yeah.
Just for the listeners?
Of course.
So this is a 1981 Cobalt 18 Deep V DV. It has 24 degrees of dead rise at the transom, which means the angle of the hull pointing down. It's like basically the edge, the knife edge of the bottom of the boat that cuts through the water is at 24 degrees on either side. And this boat is built so well. I read about it. It is 7 layers of woven roving and mat hand laid into a mold. It has solid fiberglass stringers, which are like the structural beams that stiffen the whole boat. It has an inner and an outer hull in between, which is spray foam, expanding foam, and not in all over the place, but in some places. Driving this thing, it feels like you're driving like a German automobile. It's just like really, really solid for a small boat.
Solid or that German automobiles feel solid?
Yeah, like when you close the door on a nice car, it just is like thunk.
Oh, I see what you
Like
mean.
you're out, you have an Audi, and you close the door, and then it's like, oh, it's thunk. It's not like ka-chunk or like rattly or anything.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely, there was like a real solid, like a satisfying, solid feeling to it. The way it kept landing in the waves, like
Yeah.
the experience of how it felt landing in the water
Right.
was very nice.
We'd go up the backside of a wave and like off the top of that wave, and it would land on the next wave,
Yeah.
and it would just sort of like not knife, but like schmoosh through the wave.
Smoosh, yeah,
Schmoosh.
exactly. It's not knifey because we don't have down easty boats, which are more knifey,
Yeah.
really.
Yep.
But like this is not knifey.
No.
It's more like peanut butter spreading
Yeah. Yeah. And
than it is slicing cucumbers,
it's
right?
totally it does.
It's more.
If you're looking for a slicey cucumber feeling from your boat, it's not that. This is more
No.
like smushing your like spoon into a pile of mashed potatoes. You're right.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. It 18 feet. It's like when you're driving it around a dock, it like whips around pretty quickly because it's small. But then when you're going into these big choppy waves, it just kind of cuts through them in a very, very old school like car with really soft shocks way.
And it's very, very upholstered and squishy. Like we did a little swimming and some laying about.
Yeah.
You got the
I got the chaise lounge situation deployed. The
Right.
passenger seat it's a front to back dual seat, and then it unfolds, and woo, that was a gust of wind. Houseboat just went all over the place.
it really did.
It doesn't typically do
We
that.
just went on a big old ride, which was we're tied to
Whoa.
a dock, so that was a little weird.
And now we're sort of swinging back. I hope the dock's okay.
I hope so too.
It didn't let go.
Great.
It's chained up It's chained at the head of this dock. That was a weird gust that just whipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it seems okay. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Cobalt.
Cobalt. Yeah. Great engine. It's got not the best reputation, the engine, but it seems pretty good to me. And I read that if you maintain them well, it's a great engine. If you don't, it's got some tighter tolerances and it might blow out on you. So, yeah.
Well, we had a lovely time in it.
We did. Mm-hmm. We watched the Pirate Invasion on that trip to Alex Bay.
We did.
The Fair Jean is a 2-masted sail training ship that, what does it do? When it's not invading Alexandria Bay?
Yeah, when it's not being the invasion ship and shooting cannons, they take youngsters on there and teach them how to sail.
That's pretty cool. Do they teach them how to be pirate invaders?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's a real need for that in the world these days. I hear about it a lot. Tradespeople and pirate invaders. Those are the important. Also, healthcare workers.
Boat mechanics.
Yep.
There's so the Pirate Invasion is this. There's a bunch of people dressed as pirates on shore in Alexandria Bay, and then this Canadian pirate ship, which sail training ship, with its this boat's swinging all over the place. This is weird. I kind of want to
check it out.
Yeah.
Do you want to pause for a minute?
We're gonna pause for a minute. Go check this out. I just want to make sure that everything's cool.
Yep.
All right. Okay, we're back. Turns out that one of the 4 chains that holds the dock in place, docks it in place, snapped. There's a shackle between the chain and the block.
Is that what gave out, the shackle?
That shackle gave out.
Okay.
So this is very fixable.
Okay, that's good news.
And we'll fix it this week. And the way it's swinging, I think it's okay.
Think so?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the pressure's on the front chains.
That's always the case. The chains that
Which
are
is good.
Yeah. The chains that which is actually, this is a good prompt to check all the shackles. I'll do that.
We'll
can
do
that.
it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do it together. Okay.
Should we get to boat of the week?
Let's get to boat of the week.
Before we lose one of our boats of the week?
Okay.
It's the boat of the week, stable or sleek. Check out that vessel, baby, isn't she sweet? It's the boat of the week, the boat of the week. Ooh, how I love me, the boat of the week. Da 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 da. Hey, yeah, let's check out the boat of the week.
After our 1 week hiatus, boat of the week is back.
It is, Zach. Everybody missed the music.
Yeah.
We heard complaints from listeners. And also, we went to Alex Bay and we saw lots of boats and we got excited. So let's do it.
Let's do it. So, first boat of the week is another Chris Craft XK19, which we spotted on the way to Alex Bay.
We really did. It was so beautiful.
Dark blue hull, white racing stripe from the bow to the stern, and then it wrapped down the transom, so down the back of the boat. Mm-hmm. Split windshield. It looked like an older one. I don't have a real sense of this, but it had like extra curves on it. It was definitely an XK19 though. I saw the Chris Craft on the side, and that split windshield is very characteristic.
So beautiful.
Yes,
I loved it very much.
you.
We saw it twice. We saw it cruising down the channel, and then we saw it coming into the bay to dock.
Yep. You thought it might have been a Bertram Moppy. I thought you might have said, "Is that Poppy?" Which is my dad's
Your dad's name.
his grandfather name.
And you were like, no. And I was like, I don't know. That boat looks hot to me. You better look again.
He has a blue boat too, so I was like, anyway, that's why we need to wear these headphones all the time.
Yeah.
So we can hear each other talk. So the second boat was tied up at the dock, and it was a Donzi 18 Classic,
Smoking hot.
and it was a great example of the Donzi Classic. Stripped down, no windshield, 2 bucket seats, 2 sort of like hold you in a gentle hug bucket seats in the front, and then like a wraparound hug you sort of bench seat in the back, white ribbed upholstery, and nothing else.
No.
We got to get a ride.
So sweet and simple.
We got to get a ride in one of those.
Yes, we do.
I love
And
that.
also the XK19, although I've been in one of those before. And
Have
it's
you?
Amazing. Yes, my friend Trish Stagg has one.
There's
shag carpet in it. It's
Uh-huh.
incredible. It's one of my first boat loves ever.
Right. The debate was whether or not the boat that we saw for sale was actually Trish Tagg's boat.
Right, which
The one
it
that
wasn't.
been submitted by Scott Smith, which it wasn't. Yeah.
It wasn't, but it's the same kind. Which is
This blue one was friggin' beautiful.
It was really beautiful. It was from Michigan. I remember that was on the back.
Oh, maybe they were visiting for the pirate invasion.
Right, I'm sure that's why they came, not the boat show. My friends today told me that they saw it at the boat show.
Oh, okay. So they'd stayed. The boat show was last weekend. They'd stayed through the week and were cruising around.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad they were using it, and it wasn't just a puff piece, not a puff piece, presentation piece. Just
Exactly.
They weren't just polishing it.
Took it straight to Alex Bay for Pirate Invasion. I like that. I like their style. I like to go straight from the boat show to the Pirate Invasion in our fancy boat.
So we were down there in the Cobalt, took a bunch of people down for breakfast that turned into lunch, and we got a good seat to watch the Fair Jean cruise around from the town dock and start shooting cannons toward the hospital.
Yeah.
It looked like they were invading the hospital.
Yeah.
I don't think they were.
No, they weren't. But I mean, I'm a little wistful about it.
Because you work at the hospital, you kind of want to be involved in defending it.
Well, I mean, I just feel like it was just there was some high drama. It was exciting. I loved the whole thing. I've never seen it before. And if we'd known it was happening, I bet we would have aborted and we wouldn't have gone.
That's true. I'm glad.
But we did go, and
Yeah.
we were ordering all of our fried deliciousness
Yeah.
and drinking rum punches and whatever. And then all of a sudden,
fireworks.
Yeah. Well, it's summer.
Yeah, a bunch of fireworks getting shot off Isle of Pines,
Isle of
which
Pines.
was a clue in today's scavenger hunt because an episode of Ghost Hunters was filmed on Isle of Pines.
It's true.
Guest hosted by
I don't know.
Meatloaf.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, we got that finally.
Yeah, Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Mary Jane was so excited about that. She loves Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes Meatloaf the dish, but she really, really likes Meatloaf the singer, like art band member, frontman. No, it's true. He's an art band.
Art band?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a bunch of artists that got produced a band together just as like a performance piece, and then it turned into something that was of pop significance.
Yeah.
No joke.
I love that she loves meatloaf. That makes me happy.
Yeah, she can belt out "Paradise by the Dashboard Light."
Why isn't she here right now?
What, Mary? What, Missy? Oh, and more importantly, she can really, really bout out the entire Bat Out of Hell, and she'll play it in the car, and it's like 17 minutes long. Yeah. So, geez, boat of the week. Okay.
All right. So we got XK19.
Don
We've got
Z18 Classic.
Don Z18 Classic. We need Fair Jean.
Fair Jean, the pirate boat, because oh my God, it's a pirate boat.
It's a pirate boat. It's quite lovely. It's like a tall ship.
Yep. It's a square rigged, so the mast goes up, and then there are like cross members that makes it square rigged. There are two masts. It's a schooner, I guess. I don't know. Any sailing people out there, please correct us. Also, all those who helped us out with portmanteau. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
That's when you like podcast, iPod, and broadcast.
Put words together.
Portmanteau.
Yeah. Or like brunch, like you did today during the scavenger hunt.
I had a portmanteau at brunch.
Well, no, the brunch is a portmanteau.
Breakfast and lunch, brunch.
Yeah, it's brunch.
Stephanie's like kind of mocking me because in the middle of the scavenger hunt today, we went to brunch.
You did. You were like not trying so hard.
We were not trying so. We don't want to win. If you win,
might
it's
have
great.
to plan.
If you win, it's great. You get to choose whether you plan the next hunt or not. If you just miss the win and you come in second or third, you are probably going to have to plan. And planning is like, it's an honor. And
It's a lot of work because, again, there's no organization to do it for you.
Yeah. You just got to pull it off.
So you just have to do it all by yourself and just, And all you get is bragging rights. That's it.
And the expectation, and it's like, it's of service to the community. Like you're putting on a whole day of river fun, of boating fun for the community.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like it's a real tradition. Like you, if you drop the ball, it's not pretty. Like your peers are just gonna haze you for.
You'll hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, we're having a hard time standing boat of the week. So Fair Jean, the square rig, double masted pirate ship.
Yes, it's from Ottawa. They teach a bunch of kids how to sail on it, which makes it very cool.
Yeah.
And then number 4 is
Houseboat Holidays.
Houseboat Holidays, which is a company in Gananoque. They build their own pontoon houseboats and just pump people out onto the river.
Yep.
In those and like you see them everywhere, and people who may have never been here before, or maybe they don't have a place here, but it's their way to get on the river.
They turn them over every week. They're like week-long or long weekend rentals. They look like a 50s or early 60s Winnebago. White, like louvered windows and stuff. Really cool looking.
Yeah, just
Flat
like
roof.
super square.
Yep.
But good platform.
Yeah.
Put your bikes on it. Put
Yep.
your paddle boards on it. Go to some park islands.
Yep. Go to Alex Bay for the pirate invasion.
Yeah. Do whatever you want. Just go be river.
And they were nice people too. The ones we saw in this houseboat holiday boat that was tied up there. And that's it. That's our 4 boats of the week. Mm-hmm. There was another one that was submitted by a couple of people, but it wasn't in the wild, so we're not going to count it today. We'll hold off for the winter.
And we should say at this point that we apologize that our email is down for those of you submitting. We're just bringing a different approach to Boat of the Week right now because our email's not working because Jeff sent spam somewhere or something.
I apparently sent spam out of the Gmail account. And
or more importantly, it just got flagged as spam. So it's just, this happens all the time.
Yeah, I might have spammed people. I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of things I do.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, the email's down. Working on a backup plan for that sort of / I haven't worked on it at all. But people got back on the Instagram and we got a fake pirate ship built on a pontoon boat. And it had really the most remarkable thing about it was that it was clearly a labor of love for some individual, and its price had been marked down repeatedly, and it was being offered for like $14,000 or something like that. The most remarkable thing was the
name, which was
Surrender the Booty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like saying it like that. Surrender the booty. I like it a little too much.
So creepy. So that one's not winning.
No, it's not. But everybody who sent that, thank you. Keep it coming. If you have any more
You're
boats,
on the right track.
if you have any more, like your boat might win Boat of the Week just for having a good name.
Yeah.
Just so you know. And the hot admin's itching to send stickers. That, I don't know. Maybe itching's the wrong choice of words there.
I love it. You just get on like a weird roll.
Weird roll.
Yeah, it's a weird roll.
I'm trying to stop.
It's like
Okay.
a cheese ball, but different.
Weird roll. Can I have some cheese balls? No, we're all out. We do have weird rolls. This is happening.
That might have some legs.
Okay, what's gonna win? We've already had an XK19 win.
I know, but it's so pretty.
It is. I'm tired of navy blue hulls with white accents winning.
Well, when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm. And the Donzi's also at this point kind of pedantic.
Well, wait a minute.
What?
I don't know. I feel like you can't just dismiss them because we already liked them. Can you?
Because no, it's not boat type of the week. It's boat of the week. You're right. It's the instance of the boat.
You can't just be like, we like that a lot already, so we can't. I don't want to like it again.
All right.
Or maybe that is what we do. We don't have rules for this. So we're working it out. We're working it out as we.
That XK19 was gloriously hot. Like I would take the hot admin.
I actually tried to convince you to turn around.
You did. You were like, turn, and you were like barely verbal about it. You're like, hey, turn, hey, yeah, turn around.
What?
It was really good. So, if anybody knows who those people were,
Should we go back?
You said, should we go back?
I wanted to give them a sticker.
Yeah.
That was the second time we saw them. When we saw them, we were heading out of the bay and they were heading into park.
We had some hangry kids with us.
Yeah.
And we needed to get them fed.
Yeah.
And I was pretty angry too.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Oof. It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So I do think so. I'm sorry. In defense of the houseboat, no, and not in defense, to advance the concept of the houseboat holiday as boat of the week, I would just say that it gets so many people on the water and it makes them so happy that in a lot of ways, and I actually have spent my own week on a houseboat holiday.
I think I remember this back in the day.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was amazing. It was before we had this houseboat that we're sitting on right now.
Uh-huh.
And or maybe we had this one, but it didn't have a motor on it. So
yeah, this one did not have a motor for a long time.
We rented the houseboat holiday.
Used to get towed around, and I can't tell the story.
Sure.
So Missy and I and the kids were having dinner at Foxy's, which has a beautiful view out over the river. And Steph and her ex and kids were driving the houseboat out past Foxy's, and they were towing it. They were hip towing, which means you tie one boat up that has a motor on it next to another boat that doesn't or isn't powered alongside it, like at its hip, like you hold a baby at its hip. That's a hip tow. and they were hip-toeing it, and somebody on shore caught your attention.
Yeah, they were waving at us.
They're waving at you. It wasn't us. We were just in the restaurant.
No, you were in the picture windows, if you will.
Looking
You
out
were,
over the river.
Looking out over the river.
You were
yeah.
wearing the same dashiki you're wearing today.
Great.
And you came out on the stern
good
of
to
the
be
houseboat.
consistent.
And you were like having a yelling conversation with
Yeah.
somebody on shore.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was my friend coworker at the time, Bridget, I believe. Yeah, Bridget was yelling at me from the shore. I was yelling back. There was all kinds of shit piled, like 14 floaty toys strapped on top of the houseboat, probably.
Oh, party toys. And then, like, the next day I saw you or was talking to you. And I was like, oh my God, we saw you guys out in front of Foxy's. And you're like, oh, great. Dinner and a shit show.
I was like, yeah, you're welcome.
Dinner and a shit show. This is another one. Like that was one of the reasons why I had to do a podcast with you.
Dinner and a shit show.
The world needs to know that that's how your brain works.
Good. Yeah. I mean, where were we coming from where we ended up there, though?
You were...
Oh, it was before we had an engine. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
before you had engines. Houseboat
we
holidays.
rented the houseboat holiday, and we did. This was an amazing. The kids were young. Sam was like 3,
Yeah.
maybe 2. Sam was maybe 2.
Jesus.
And Leo was like 5, and we called it blue hair and a piercing. Remember this? Because Sam found that weird blue shit you're supposed to put in the toilet
Yeah.
to make the toilet work, and he like rubbed it in his hair. He's
Yeah.
2 years old, and it's like totally toxic. It's like, do not let this anywhere near anything ever. And we found him rubbing it into his hair, like it's sitting on the bottom of sitting on the ground in the houseboat. And he's like, and we were like, ah, and we like dunked him in the river, like by his
Tried to
feet,
wash the
to get the blue whatever
the
the hell.
toilet chemicals
Yeah, the
out of his hair.
The toilet crystal chemicals. That was the blue hair. And then he was like enthusiastically like staring because he likes machines.
He does.
So he was like enthusiastically at the helm of the
Right.
houseboat, and like we were going across Yellow Bay, and we hit a wave, and then boom, and like his face came down, and his tooth went right through his lower lip. He had like one tooth. I mean, I think he only had the one tooth.
Yeah.
And it just went boink, like right through his lip. And then we're like calling the doctor. We're like, hello, we are in the middle of Ill Bay with a small child, and he has a hole in his lip because he hit it on the front of the house. Like, you know, these the conversations that you have. You're just like,
so
I'm failing everything. And we should have just called and been like, I'm failing everything. Hi, hello.
Hi, can you put me through to child services, please? I'm gonna
Yeah.
need to surrender
turn
these
myself
children.
in.
Just turn myself in.
Like, it was so bad. So we called it blue hair and a piercing. Was the name of that trip. It was like, we were just like, things are going really well so far. We're dunking our child by his ankles in the river because
get
he has
toilet chemicals out of his hair.
And then he just like legit like just punctured his lower lip all the way through.
So you should rent yourself a houseboat holidays houseboat and take it out. But make sure you put the chemicals up high.
Wait till your kids are 10.
Throw a mouth guard and a helmet on them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this story gives everybody all the information they need.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can get the picture.
Yeah.
You can handle yourself.
There's a certain kind of person who's interested in parenting in this manner.
But we did go on. We went to a bunch of Canadian Park Islands, and
Yeah.
it was delightful and lovely.
Yeah,
And-
that's actually like we're turning into the friggin' Thousand Islands Tourism Bureau because the Canadian Park Islands they're federal parks. There's like the Canadians did it right. They preserved probably 15 islands, and there are moorings and docks, and you can just pull up
Yeah.
and enjoy an island.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
nice job, Canada.
Can we get a little applause for Canada right now, please?
There you go,
All right.
Canada.
I'm feeling houseboat holidays for boat of the week.
I am too. I kind of like the Fair Gene because it shot cannons at a hospital
And also teaches children.
and teaches children to sail.
Very multifaceted.
And
It's like split personality boat.
like that Donzi would in this if it was going to come down to it, that Donzi would win over the XK-19 because it was just stripped down, no ornamentation. It was just this like, oh man, I love a simple boat. Yeah, we got to get a ride in one of those. Last summer, Missy tried to flirt it up with the owner of a Donzi 22 in our neighborhood, who like completely blew. It did not work out well. They're like no.
They thought we were stalking them.
It was front-loaded affection. It was not stalking. It was stalking. But that 18 was really cool. It was the 16 is a little too small in my eye. The 18 is like, ooh, that's small, but it's like not too small. And so that would have beat the XK19 as beautiful as you think it is. Yeah, serious. So yeah, Houseboat Holidays is your boat of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, did we do it? We did it.
We did a boat of the week.
We did.
Yeah, we're gonna cut this show off a little early because we had to make 2 shows tonight, and because
And also, it's getting dark, and there's a sunken boat on our way home.
No joke. There's a sunken boat.
Legit.
We should talk about that next week.
And it's blowing a gale still, and there's a million reasons. But so we do have to go.
Yeah.
But yes,
This coming Saturday, Garrison Starr is playing in
Yep.
Thousand Island Park.
everybody should go. She's amazing.
rivertakemehome.com or .org. rivertakemehome.com. Go there. Buy a ticket ahead of time to support live music in the Thousand Islands. Please.
Garrison's the best.
Garrison is the best. She is hilarious. She has the voice of an angel and plays really well. Jay's probably going to get up and play with her, though he's running the sound. And it's going to be a really good night. We're going to all be there, and no Bodie show is going to have no live stuff's happening, but we'll be there, and we hope to dance with you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Aw.
Support Garrison Star.
Missy's taking her pants off. She just danced with her butt, saying she had a bathing suit on. That's legal. I get very distracted when Missy takes her pants off. Steph's so done. Steph's like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. So do I. This is my end of my vacation. All right.
But
What?
you know what? It's also like it's summer's winding. Little perspective here.
Why? Yeah.
Summer's starting to wind down.
Yeah.
We've been at this since February.
Yeah. This is the 29th episode.
So interesting. We appreciate everyone sticking with us.
Yeah. Right?
It's been super fun to do this in person
It has.
and run around and do things on the water.
Yeah.
And
Experience the weather.
honestly, right now, we do want to hear from everybody. And the only way to do that is Instagram. Right now.
Unfortunately, the only way to do that is
So
Instagram.
find us on Instagram
Yep, at
and
the
interact
Bodie
with us.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
please
it. Do it.
Please
We
do.
miss you. We love you.
Yeah, we do. And maybe we'll try and have one more event this summer. One more gathering.
Floaty.
Floaty.
We need to do floaty.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for
You'll be fine.
boats and floats.
You can clean a boat or something. It's fine. You'll be fine.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Yo ho ho, that's it for the Bodie Show. Pack the cooler, grab the lines, let's go, go, go. Yo ho ho ho.
That is it for the Bodie Show.
That sounded lively. Really lively.
See, I've still got a little life left in me.
You've way more than 40%. You were sandbagging with that. You said 40. You were 40% earlier. What a great day. What a great weekend. Hey, everybody. I hope you get out in the water. We hope you get out in the water and be nice and get stuff done.
Boat and float.
Boat and float. Later.